Shalom. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai. Give double honors to the apostle elders, which are the apostle elders that rule the great millstone, that have been set up through faith to help seal the elect that the Lord is bringing in. We're at the time of death, destruction, and diligence. So we're giving our calling and our election sure, man, to make our calling and our election sure, because we're close, man. So we got to start storing up them heavenly treasures. We're getting close to that payday, as you want to say. And what's that payday? Is that deliverance, the salvation, man. That's why we're preaching the gospel to the hopeful elect. And I just wanted to go into I don't say if it'll be quick or not, but I mean, I have enough scriptures that it might not be quick, but we'll just go by the Spirit. This is the Apostle Elder Tahar made a video on Genesis chapter 2. It's a great video. If you out can get a chance, go and check it out. It's a beautiful breakdown. I mean, it goes into in depth about, the Spirit, the breath, who is given to, who the Lord is dealing with, been dealing with. He's been dealing with the Israelites. Once you understand it and you look at it in that aspect and look at it for what it is, then you can see that the Most High is never dealt with these other nations the way He's dealt with us. And who's us is you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're the ones that Yahweh Shema Shai has always been dealing with. And what's the main thing that He's dealt with is by giving us that wisdom and understanding, that breath, a God on earth. Because the Adamites was a group of people. Okay, Adam was a group of people. What you have today, you got the sons of God, sons of the power, Elohim. Okay, the Adamites, and then now today, what are we being called? Israelites. Okay, we're being called Israelites. Once you look at the Bible in that way, it's just been remixed. Because me and the brother were talking on the way to camp that the Lord is the ultimate remixer. He remixes. He's been remixing us. Okay, let's actually go into that word. Let's see what that word is actually, the definition of it is. The word remix means mix something again. A different version of a musical recording produced by remixing. So remixing is to mix again. Alright, since we got the understanding on the mix, I just wanted to say that the Lord is the ultimate remixer, because what? Read back again, read to come back, or to go back, and then mix together, come together. Okay, so He's been remixing us back together again through what? Because what? We fall away, we get redeemed, and then we fall away again, we get redeemed, we lose ourselves. That's why you have Jeremiah 17. Okay, now we're in the last go around of us losing ourselves and coming back. This time is the last redemption, when the Lord is going to what? He's going to perfect this when we're delivered this time. And we're not going to have to go off again. And we're going to be what? Back again to be what? The Adamites, or the sons of power. Sons of Yahweh, man. Alright, we're going to go back to our stead, and we're going to stay there. So I'm going to jump into some scriptures and go into the actual topic. And if you see here, I pulled this saying up. It says the Spirit, the Bible, and you. But the main you is you Israelites. Okay, because the Spirit and the Bible is what? Your book. The Spirit belongs unto you. The Lord has given us the breath and the understanding. That's why we're able to come back again. That's why it says stir up thy pure minds, though you once knew this. We did know this in one part of time in our lives, but now we lost it and we've come back to it. So let me get into this. Is the book of Wisdom of Solomon. The apostle brought this scripture out, but I just wanted to read it and then go into another precept. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse 25. And it says, this is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse 25. I'll start at 24. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. And that's why what? You have the knowledge and wisdom coming now, man. It's like the wind. Okay? And it's coming through who right now is what? The apostles, the elders, and the men on down. And it says, for she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. That's why Esau cannot get the full understanding of the scriptures, man. He can't break the scriptures down as needed, or to get the full understanding on it. Okay, so let me get a all right. Salaka, bear with me. I'm gonna pull it up here, and because I can read it, but I just want you, Akim, to follow with me. This is let me start at verse 4. I'll start at 1. It says, "Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people." And who is that? That's you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites. It says, "In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power. I came out." It says, "I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud." Is that not what was said in Wisdom of Solomon? Now let me go back to Wisdom of Solomon 7. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 in verse 24 or 25, and it says, "For the she is the breath of the power of Yahweh." It says, "For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her." And back in Ecclesiasticus 24 and verse 3 says, "I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud. I dwelt in high places, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar. I alone compassed the circuit of heaven." So that shows that the circuit is what? Round, man. So the earth is not flat, it's round. But that's a whole nother subject. It says, "I alone compassed the circuit of heaven and walked in the bottom of the deep, in the waves of the sea, and in all the earth, and in every people and nation I got a possession." It says, "With all these I sought rest, in whose inheritance shall I abide." Now this is showing you that we're saying the Sirach is painting a picture of what? Wisdom, saying, where am I going to dwell at? Where shall be my resting place? Where should be my house? Okay? And it says, "With all this I sought rest, and whose inheritance shall I abide?" Because you have what? All the other nations that have grown, their societies grow. You had the Babylonians, which had that was described as the head of gold. So these other societies and nations have grown up, because you need wisdom to establish a nation, establish a kingdom, if you want to say that. You need wisdom to establish a kingdom and to grow up a kingdom. So the Lord allows wisdom to go into these other nations, these heathens, to fulfill his words to come to pass. Just like now with Esau and the Thummim and the Urim, man. That's a wisdom, or that was a power that was given to the Israelites, but then turned around and given to Esau. To what? To promote the prophecies and the coming back together. What you read in Psalms 19, the unicorn. Those are all to fulfill prophecy. But wisdom has how you say, bounced around in these other nations. But the real house that wisdom dwells at is Israel. And it's going to get into it. And it says, "With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, Let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel." So Israel is the where wisdom is dwelling at. It's not saying dwelling in the earth, because the chapter up before that, it says the other nations have it went through what? It says, "I walked every people and nation I got possession." So what? He had wisdom had a piece in these other nations, but when it comes to its dwelling place and where the Lord has ordained wisdom and knowledge to dwell at, is with Israel. That's where wherever we go, what? That society gets built up, man. You seen what with Joseph in Egypt, Moses in Egypt, Daniel, okay, and the list goes on and on. But wherever we dwell at, that place is magnified up, man. And it says, So the creator of all things gave me commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest. And he said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. He created me from the beginning before the world, and I shall never fail. In the holy tabernacle I served before him, and so was I established in Zion. Zion, man. This is constantly going into what? That the wisdom dwelleth within Zion. It says, likewise in the beloved city he gave me rest, and in Jerusalem was my power. That's why what? You seen what time was that period? That was the time of Solomon. Because Solomon was the wisest king that ever lived on the planet Earth, which is Yahweh Shai. So, and where was he established? That was in Jerusalem. That's why you have the story of the queen coming to see of Solomon, and she said that the rumors didn't even match up to him actually when she met him. And it says, and I took root in the honorable people, even in the portion of the Lord's inheritance. And you know who the Lord's inheritance is? It's Jacob, you Israelites. It says, I was exalted in cedar of Lebanon, and in cypress trees upon the mountains. Hold on, Salakia. Let me jump down. This is 28. 27. It says, he maketh the doctrine of knowledge appear as the light, and as the Gion in the time of vintage. The first man knew her not perfectly, no more shall the last man find her out. For her thoughts are more than the sea, and her counsel profounder than the great deep. I also came out as a brook from a river, and as a conduit into a garden. And I said, I will water my best garden, and I will water abundantly my garden bed. And lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. And that's going to what, man? That's going into the establishment of the kingdom of heaven, man. That's going to be ruled by the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans with what? With Yahweh Shah ruling over us, man. Because that truth, that wisdom, because that goes into the tree of life, which is a whole nother sit down in itself. But let me get some of these precepts real quick. This is the book of 2nd Ezra. Let me see here. This is 2nd Ezra 8 and 4. This is 2nd Ezra 8 and verse 4. And it says, so I answered and said, swallow then down my soul understanding, and devour wisdom. For thou hast agreed to give ear, and art willing to prophesy, for thou hast no longer space than only to live. But the main point is to what? Ezra was swallowing down and eating up wisdom, just like we're doing today in the modern day time of being in Babylon, the reincarnation of Babylon. Okay, we're swallowing and eating down wisdom, man, and that's the true understanding of it, not these other sideways philosophies and doctrines. And then let me jump down to the verse 52. This is 2nd Ezra 8 and verse 52. And it says, for unto you is paradise opened, the tree of life is planted, the time is come, is prepared, plenteous, is made ready, a city is built, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. And that's what you see that when you read Revelation. If you read Revelations 22 and 2, and then you go into Revelations 2 and 7, that tree of life is that wisdom and understanding, man. That's going to come to you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So I don't want to make this long. So with that, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, and double honors to our apostle elders, and shalom to you hopeful elect out there. Shalom.